Hi and welcome back to Distilled 405. I'm Daniel and today we're going to be looking at the Bruichladdich Islay Barley. This is the 2007 Rockside Farms edition. Bruichladdich is really cool. They have a super diverse portfolio. They're not afraid to do a lot of interesting things. And what's cool about this bottling in particular is the fact that they've chosen a farm on Islay specifically to source all of their barley for this edition. It's very cool when you can see kind of a single origin of all the barley used for one whiskey. So that's one thing that I really like about it just right off the bat. The other thing that I like is that it's chill filtered. It's natural color, which you can see. It's a very straw type color. I'm guessing probably 100% ex-bourbon maturation. And it's also bottled at 50% ABV. So you're getting that little extra bump in the ABV. Which is obviously really nice for especially delivering flavor. So let's pour it and give it a smell. Wow, very punchy on the nose, extremely punchy. You get its youthfulness. I think it says on the bottle it's 6 years old. You definitely get that, but not in a bad way. There's so much there for such a young whiskey, and sure, it's punchy and it's young and it's astringent and bright, but in all those ways, it's very good. I get a lot of tropical fruits on the nose, tropical and a lot of green, very like ripe fruits, like pineapple and guava. Maybe a touch of like green apple, but very fruity and a little bit maybe zesty, maybe a little citrus as well, but very full-bodied and in a very hard to explain way, to be quite honest. A lot of youthful whiskeys are just a bunch of alcohol and they're not very rounded. This is a lot of alcohol, but very just full and very pleasant to smell. And you can definitely tell it's different. It's not like something like a Glenlivet or a Glenfiddich or something Speyside and simple in that way. It's very distinct. If I had to do this in the kind of a blind nosing, I think this one would be one that would be pretty easy to pick up. And obviously Bruichladdich does a lot of peated whiskeys as well, being on Islay. So they've got Octomore and Port Charlotte. And the Bruichladdich line, all of those, to my knowledge, are kind of their unpeated line of that distillery. So let's give it a taste. 50% ABV, it's going to be pretty high. I might water it down a little bit in a moment. Wow. Very good. Man, it's delicious. I love this whiskey. It still carries on that full flavor in all the best ways possible. Even though you can tell it's still young, everything that's there is done very well. You still get those tropical fruits. You get a little bit more honey on the palate. Very rich. Very thick on the palate. The 50% ABV does very well at delivering everything that it has to offer. And I'm still just getting all those bright tropical fruits. This is on the opposite end of all the sherried kind of dark fruit characters. These are more bright and in your face. The citruses, the green apples, the pineapples, a little bit of cantaloupe in there. Very fruity. Very fruit-forward whiskey, which I get with a lot of young Scotch, is that tropical, bright, sometimes astringent type flavors. The finish is, I would say, somewhat short. Yeah, it fades very quickly. You're left with a very pleasing taste. This would be a bottle that you'd want to keep going back to because it's just very easy to drink, even at that high ABV. But that finish is very short, and I do think that has a lot to do with the the age of it and 100% ex-bourbon maturation, which in my opinion, a lot of times 100% ex-bourbon leads itself to maybe a little bit shorter finish, especially in the younger scotches. Overall, very, very good. I would definitely pick this up again. I think it was maybe $55 or $60 where I found it. So if you can find this in your area, I would definitely pick it up. I know that Bruichladdich does different versions of the Islay Barleys, and I think the only differences are the ages and the where they source the barley from. You'll have different farm names on there. So I think it's very cool to be able to put a farm name on there and kind of give recognition to the people who actually grew the barley to make the distillate. So I would definitely recommend picking it up. I think it was maybe around $60, which I think for this quality of a whiskey is absolutely a steal. So I would definitely say it's 100% worth picking up. So thank you for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe. Lots more content to come. So thank you for watching. Cheers.